Hey guys. So, this is something I know I don't talk about a lot. It's new. Normally, I don't talk about this sort of stuff, but um, I'm really excited about the Princess and the Frog theme. Um, Today, it was announced that Tiana's Palace is, coming to Disneyland. It's essentially going to be a new dining location with Louisiana flair and Louisiana cuisine, and it's going to be within New Orleans Square. And so if you know how, Disneyland in particular is set up, that's one of their lands. And, not saying that everything has to have a retheme. Definitely not saying that by any means. But I am surprised, with some of some of the stuff, like, you don't see a lot of sometimes like character merchandise. Mind you, I have not been to Disneyland. I'm talking more so when it comes to like Magic Kingdom. I've been more to Walt Disney World than I have to Disneyland. So, like, I'm surprised, this is kind of the first, like, I would say more so mention of Tiana and something that's kind of like given to her than, you know, something, like a retheme of some kind, or just having, whether it's, I don't know how many character meet and greets that they do or anything of that kind, but I also think that this is in association to the ride retheme that they're doing with Splash Mountain. And that is happening at Disneyland as well as Walt Disney World. And that is something where, too, I am very excited about. And I know, of course, for some people, like I rode Splash Mountain, a lot of people who grew up with definitely the parks, all ages, are like, oh no, Splash Mountain's gonna go away. Like, you grew up with it, it's bittersweet. Um, of course, if you know the background of the ride, it's definitely problematic. It's something where it needs that change, and it definitely needs to be modernized. For example, if you know anything, in regards to the ride Maelstrom at Epcot, also in Walt Disney World, it's a ride that was in the Norway Pavilion, basically on like Viking lore and just like Norwegian, I don't even want to say fairy tale, just like Norwegian lore and culture, kind of like the stories that they kind of had. And now it's Frozen themed. Like, my mom and I were big fans of Maelstrom, and of course now it's Frozen. But that's just something that's going to change because kids are now associated with Frozen. And that's something here. Like, both, it's more modern with Princess and the Frog, but also it's more positive. Like, it's something that just needs to change. It's time. Like, the property that it is now, like, unless you really know what it is, like, it's, if you don't, then it's just like, oh, these are just like characters, like they're chasing a rabbit, like they're just chasing a rabbit. Like, of course there's more to it than that, but like if you don't understand, like, you know, that's essentially what you are seeing. Um and so with that, a lot of people have theorized, like, oh, is it going to be like with the big drop, like, is it going to be Friends on the Other Side? Like, we know some of that, like, but I think a lot of us, like, we don't know. Like, we're all very curious as to how that's gonna go, what's gonna happen. And I think particularly, like, for myself, since I have only been to Walt Disney World, I'm hoping that this means, like, we see more character meet and greets in regards to Princess and the Frog. Like, that's something where you only see Tiana at the Fairy Tale Princess Hall, or you see her in the parades with Naveen, like, if you're lucky, you know? Um, and that's something where, like, and even Dr. Facilier, like, I feel like both Disneyland and Disney World, of course, like, they don't have villains out too much. That's normally during Halloween time. But I honestly feel like have them out more. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that too should be a change, but that's just me. But I'm hoping, like, I don't know, have more character meet and greets around these characters. Like, like, I really enjoy Princess and the Frog. Like, it's one, like, I really enjoy that movie. But since I know Disneyland is getting a dining uh, location, I thought there was concept art or like talks of Magic Kingdom getting one. If there is, if there isn't, here are my thoughts for that. Three. I have three ideas. One, you make it a character dining buffet or just a buffet in general. Which I character buffet I think would be probably more up everyone's alley. But character buffet, you see, like, you can see the boats. Like, you can either be part of the story, have it open concept, or it's glass. And, like, you see the boats, you see people within the, like, in the ride vehicles. And, you know, you can go up, have as much Louisiana food, Louisiana cuisine as you like. And here's the thing. It has to be spiced appropriately. I understand, I get it. Like, some people just, they can't. But, like, if you are going to the restaurant, if you're coming here, you have to understand this is what you're gonna get. Like, just saying, you know? Like, it has to be done appropriately, period. And then the characters from Princess and the Frog will come around, kind of like Crystal Palace, you know? If you've been to Crystal Palace, it is essentially a Winnie and the Pooh meet and greet buffet. Option two, same concept, like sit down, but it's a sit down restaurant. So you sit down, order off a menu, you pick what food you want, still open concept, you can see the ride vehicles, but then you just up and leave. Well, first you pay, well, eat, pay, leave, you know? Third option, and it can be like, here's like gumbo, like quick service, gumbo, jambalaya, like quick things, Louisiana style still, and or just fully dedicated to beignets. Because here's the thing. Tiana, her signature dish is beignets. I've The only place you can get beignets is Port Orleans. Some people don't have time to go all the way to Port Orleans to get beignets. And that is one thing I think I wish Magic Kingdom had that Disneyland, or yeah, Magic Kingdom had that Disneyland has. Disneyland has, like, in their New Orleans Square, here's some beignets. Here's a beignet stand. Fresh beignets. I wish Magic Kingdom had that. And I'm hoping if they do something like connected with Tiana's Bayou Adventure, they do something. Whether it's like, hey, Louisiana style food, I would love that. Or just beignets. That is her signature dish, period. I would love that. Then you don't have to travel all the way to Port Orleans if you can't make it. Like, please. Those are my thoughts. That is what I think a lot of people would enjoy, aside from just, like, more, like we having more of the just Princess and the Frog, like seeing more of her. I think that is something that, like I said, I really love Princess and the Frog. I know I think when it came out, it just, not saying it didn't do well. It just, I think, is like some of the songs I think work, some of them don't for some people. Like they just, I wouldn't say aren't on that level, but a lot of people like Tangled, and that's like the big debate is like, which one do you like more? Princess and the Frog, Tangled. And I like Princess and the Frog. And so I don't know. I'm really happy about the Princess and the Frog retheme. I'm hoping that, especially when it comes to definitely both parks, but I know when it comes to Disneyland, like I've heard great things about Blue Bayou, and I definitely know with Tiana's Palace, like it will do most likely amazing. I am hoping Magic Kingdom like incorporates like a dining thing, like do something, please, with Tiana. She is a chef. Like please, that would be. I think that would work very well, and it's something I think additional that is just needed in general within that park. So that's just kind of my ideas and my thoughts. So please feel free to leave your thoughts as well on what you think, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.